I didn't play enough. I didn't play well enough. Too many turnovers. Lots of opportunities, especially when we get on the other side of the 50, and I wasn't able to get us in the box. I knew it was going to be a tight window throw. I'd have to watch the film to see it from the eyes, film point of view. Ultimately, it's a play that I didn't make. We got a hand on the ball, and I didn't make the play.
Go out there and just pull the trigger. Well, nah, that's not a great term.
Would you look at that Titans defense? Does it start with Simmons?
You want to know what plays we running next to? Go out there, and just take risks. It is what it is. I mean, I just can't spill all the beans now. Y'all, you gonna ask me what's the game plan this week next?
Any of the snowballs from the crowd come close to connecting?
Yeah, they got me on one. I'm glad they did. At least he got some accuracy.
I bought me a juicer, and I've been squeezing oranges, apples, and pineapples for the past 4 days. And let me tell you something, it's amazing. The best orange and apple juice I've ever had was when I squeezed my own. So, that's what I've been doing since, the Black Friday game, squeezing fruit.
What's your favorite?
The apple juice by far.
Okay, comfortable with the call, or do you, after watching it, do you feel there needs to be more clarification on what is a catch?
Well, that's a complicated kind of a question there. Like, am I comfortable? No. Do I think there needs more clarification? Yeah, it's about as clear as mud right now. That's how I feel about it.
I think the biggest criticism of George from that game was the effort from the outside looking in. How much did you guys get to the meeting in the minds about the effort?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it. Again, he just, in his words, he goes, "Hey, Shedeur, I didn't play my best game. Unfortunately, none of us, played our best game." And so that's real. But again, I don't worry about George and his love for football. For 5 or 6 weeks, he was the talk of the sporting world. Look at George Pickens. And, again, we didn't coach or play well enough to win that game in Detroit. They beat us, is what it is.
I felt we were in a good position. I thought we had a good play. I would probably do that same thing again. But I also know when you don't get them, it can be a problem, and especially when they're in that field goal range area. Very aware of that. I thought the risk reward was right for that time. It slapped me in the face, though.
I'll say trust takes time. If you just met somebody, it's going to take you a little minute to trust them, right? To trust their directions, to trust what they see. If you backing out a parking spot and somebody just directing you and you drive your car, I don't think you just going to trust for sure everything they say and everything. So
What was supposed to happen on that last 2-point conversion?
Yeah, not going to get into all the specifics, Jeff, but obviously it did not go as we thought it would.
Did you make that call or did Tommy?
Yeah, I make every call.
Did you wish you had the ball in your hand in that moment to tie the game?
if I'm out there any play, I would always have the ball in my hand, but that's not what football is. Sometimes you got to run the ball. Sometimes you got to kick a field goal. Everything. That's the game. That's the most important thing is the ball. So in any situation, of course you would want to, but I know we practiced something and we executed it in practice. So I would never go against, kind of like what the call was.
Coming back now after sitting out for the first real time with surgery, is there anything learning from it or take from it on the field?
Really just patience, man. Like, I learned a lot about patience. I learned how to cook. Pasta was probably the first one. I made breakfast a lot. Made salmon, honey hot shrimp, fried chicken wings. You name it, anything, rotel, anything.
What do you remember about your time with Kevin O'Connell in New York, and did you see then that he could be a head coach one day?
Him coming out of San Diego State, remember him going to New England. I remember, bringing him over as a free agent. But I really remember him, we were in a division against the Patriots, and we would go back and forth. But Kevin had been in New England with Tom and knew a lot of Tom's answers and blitzes, and he would get with Rex and the defensive staff every time we'd play the Patriots, and basically become a defensive coach that week.
I know you're fond of Dave Canales, Baker, but is he pissing you off with the job he's doing in Charlotte right now?
No, we got the Saints this week. Dave can do what he wants.
But you're playing them twice.
Yeah, not yet. Play the Saints this week.
Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow. Is that a coincidence in your mind that when the opposing quarterback is among the elite in the game that Josh seems to raise his level?
It's taken you 8 years Jay, no, you're right. Early on in his career, we used to talk about, hey, let's just play the defensive coordinator, let's play the defense you're playing, not the opposing quarterback. And he's just matured so much and developed so much. He's just got this it factor that is hard to question and hard to defend.
We try to heighten every opportunity, because whether you're going to have to win games on the road, you're going to have to win at home, you're going to have to win in the elements. You're going to have to win with crowd noise. There's all these elements in every game that really does present championship moments. It's easy for me to sell it, in these types of situations, especially knowing what's in front of us. And so, but the way we do it is we take one opponent at a time. The goal is 1-0 with a chance to win the division. It's right here in front of us.
Just how much more comfortable do you feel in that role?
I mean, I'm comfortable being uncomfortable. You gotta understand, like that's just kind of like the situation I'm in, and I'm fine with that. I love that, cause my story and everything inspires people to make sure, even if they're in uncomfortable positions and situations, to stay on course.
This is a player-led team, and really I can't say enough about what a great job our coaches do. I don't mean that to be minimizing them at all, but we got a lot of really great leaders in that locker room, and I think they take the ownership, the initiative of what we want to be about, and how you ultimately want to be able to respond, not react when we do have some of those setbacks, and this is exactly in alignment with what we wanted, and now we got to continue to build on it.
At this point in your career, how much do you think about the future, and how much longer do you want to play, or do you truly just stay exactly?
In the moment, man, tomorrow's not born, yesterday's dead.
He was outstanding. He was great. I thought the two big in cuts that he caught early on in the game on back-to-back plays were big. They really got us going. And he's, to be able to win on the double move, some of the catches that he's making where, it's a contested catch, but then he's pulling guys in to be able to score. He's a freaking stud. Love Puka.
Back to news from last week, Brian, obviously out for the season, the Achilles. What sort of mood is he in, and what sort of bind are you guys in at safety right now, and how can Kirby help that maybe coming back?
Well, look, anytime you lose somebody like Beebe, it's going to hurt. I mean, he's a productive player. He's an outstanding football player, and he's a team guy. He's a great locker room guy. Teammates love him. So you lose all of that, and that hurts. That's going to hurt you anytime. Now, that being said, Maddox went in there for him the other day, and we thought he did a hell of a job. He really did. I mean, he played his tail off, which is why he's here, because he's a football guy. And he's got versatility, nickel that can play safety. Man, he put out a lot of fires back there for us, made quite a few plays.